In this video, let's build this landing page. It just look really nice. Let's try to just refresh that. Then as you can see, right, the text animation, everything look really nice. Let's try to just scroll down. As you can see, the number, everything, the animation look really nice. Let's try to just hover the card, right? Really nice. Then also the FAQ here, if I click that, look like this. Also on the bottom right here on the right side, I have dark mode theme toggle. Basically, if I click that, right, as you can see how the dark mode implement, it just look really nice. I love it. This is beUI, the motion toolkit for React and Next.js, animated component built on frame motion and Tailwind CSS. I really like the component because the transition, the animation feels so smooth. So let's take a look here. For example, the pull to refresh, right? If I pull down like this, it basically will refresh the page. Look really nice. Then let's take a look at another things like this dog right here, as you can see. The tooltip, then the pop over, right? As you can see, the transition just looks super smooth. Let's just take a look at the block. So because the block is basically collection of component right here, like infinite masonry, as you can see, right? You can just create something like this just by installing the component. Let me just take a look at another one, expandable steps. Right, basically there's a lot of things. First, I'm going to generate brand new Next.js application. I'm going to call that beUI demo. Then I'm going to open it in my Visual Studio Code. And of course, I'm going to use Tailwind CSS, etc. Then I'm going to open the project on the Visual Studio Code. Then in here, I'm going to run this command right here. So to initialize the setCN. Then of course, I'm going to use my preset code that I already generated from here. I'm going to copy that. Then paste that to this prompt right here. So I'm going to paste that like this. Here we go. Then hit enter. Of course, I'm going to say yes. It's basically will install the setCN version 4.30. Alright, this is done. So now we can just try to run that npm run dev. Alright, this is the result. It works. So let me go back in here. And basically the next thing is I'm going to set up the beUI. So because I'm using opencode, which is not available on the top in here. So we have to do that manually. So I'm going to copy this, right? So you can see the copy button right here. I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to go back to my opencode. So let me try to open the opencode in here. Then basically I just want to tell the AI to set up the MCP, right? So set up this MCP. Just paste that code or the object and then hit enter. And hopefully will be done. As you can see on the right side, my MCP right now is just contact 7, then neon. So hopefully the beUI will be added right here on the MCP. The setup is done, so now I have to basically restore the opencode again. So hopefully now we can see the MCP that successfully installed. So let me see that /MCP. Then as you can see, guys, we have the beUI right here, and that's connected basically, right? That's enabled right here. Cool, it's already installed, pretty nice. So my first prompt is just pretty simple. I'm just asking the AI to get the button from beUI and just render it on the home page for testing. To use beUI, basically, it's required to install like a motion package and other hooks like this, right? It basically will install automatically because we already used the MCP, so just don't worry about that. So we now just wait until this is done. Alright, this is done. So let's take a look on the browser. Then as you can see, beUI button demo, we have this primary, right? The secondary goes outline, then small, medium, large, the icon, right? This is basically a ripple. If you take a look on the beUI, let me try to see this one in here, right? This is the ripple styling. Then also, if you take a look on the beUI documentation, there is a stateful button. If I click that, it should look like this. Really nice, right? Then also the magnetic button, right? And hopefully this is already implemented on our project. Let's take a look. We have this save button. If I click that, then here we go, right? Really nice. The text is pretty cool. Let's see the magnetic in here also implement. So now what I'm going to do, let's try to build a landing page. So I'm going to go back here, then just paste that, my prompt. My prompt is using the beUI MCP server, build a simple landing page hero section, use the animated CTA button, the tilt card, and the Mercu component, put it all on homepage. And as you can see, it just get all the components, search it, and just clone it. All right, this is done. So let's take a look at the result on the browser. And remember, guys, this is just really simple prompt. Then as you can see, the result look really nice. So we have these button right here. Then also this card look really cool if I hover, right? So this is basically my next prompt. Using the beUI MCP server, build a polished professional SaaS landing page on the homepage. Use this beUI component. First is scroll animation, then shader background, text animation, and etc. And the structure, the page top to the bottom is hero, start, features, logo, testimonial, and etc. Right? So I'm gonna copy all of that, then paste that here. As you can see, the result just look really nice. I love that. So let's try to just refresh it. Let's take a look. As you can see, the text have the animation basically. Then we have the get started button in here. The number, right, this basically come from the beUI, of course. Then the card in here, if I hover, look like that. We have the logo going on in here, the FIQ, right? If I click that, of course, we have also the transition right there. Yeah, it's look pretty nice. So I like to implement the dark mode as well in here. So as you can see, basically we can use the theme toggle. I like to use the rectangle basically. As you can see, if I click that, I love it. You can implement circle, right? Or a circle blur, whatever. I just like this rectangle. So let me just try to copy this and try to tell the AI to implement this dark mode. All right, this is done. So let's take a look at the result on the browser. Then as you can see on the right bottom here, we have the icon, which is the dark mode icon, the toggle button icon. So let's try. I'm gonna click that. Look at that. So cool, right? It just works like I expected. Really nice. The thing that I like about the beUI is because the frame of motion, it's implement frame of motion really great. As you can see, I just love the UI, right? The transition just look really nice. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you on another video.